Good evening, everybody. We are back with Xenosaga Episode 3, also Sprach Zarathustra. Last time we infiltrated the labyrinthos and like got plot details, like then stuff happened in the previous stream. The important thing is that we have Cosmos in our party now, so that's like the best thing ever. And yeah, we're trying to steal the vessels of Anima, as you saw in the objective thingy, so let's go ahead and do that. I have a new stand where I put my microphone now. I think I like it a little better. It's less intrusive, but it's also a little bit shorter. So hopefully, if for some reason it sounds like my voice is coming from like the ceiling towards you, that might be why. I mean, it shouldn't. There is no reason why it should be that bad, but it very well might be. Anyways, let's set someone else as the leader. You know what, Junior? Fine. You're barely ever gonna get a chance to shine. We're still not around, so I'll give you a chance for the time being. I'm probably gonna switch him up later, but whatever. I don't remember what we're doing, where we're going specifically though. I just know we're looking for the vessels of Anima. We got a cutscene already.
This is a nice setup. I'm getting excited just looking at it.
This is it, huh?
Those cages should contain the vessels of Anima.
A little bit of this and that and enter.
Amazing! Look at that! This is Simeon!
Zebulon and Dina's names are here too.
There are 11 cages containing vessels of Anima. Simeon, Dina, Zebulun, Reuben, Levi, Issachar, Gad, Joseph, Dan, Naphtali, and finally, Judah. Of those, there are 3 capable of being operated as ES craft. And as you can see, Asher's cage is empty.
Wait a minute. What's going on? The ESs were developed at Vector. What are they doing here?
It's just like what Margulis said. Heinlein from Hyams and Wilhelm of Vector oversee the weapons at this facility. The two of them may have made some sort of exchange, which just might have involved the vessels of Anima. Backdoor weapons deals are so common these days, even the tabloids wouldn't bother printing anything about it.
Basically, these are so valuable that they're even more important than reputation or profit concerns.
Knock it off! What are you babbling about? Prepare each of your ESs. Transport them to their respective cargo holds. Now! Scott, retrieve the vessels of Anima.
Yes, Professor.
What about Asher? The cage is empty.
I almost thought my game froze for a second when that cutscene started, but anyways.
I know that. I thought we'd be able to use a different vessel, but it seems that won't work.
Don't tell me we can't use Asher.
Oh, stop whining.
We've got another reactor for Asher.
We originally developed it for Erde, so its capabilities are top class.
Are you sure it's gonna be okay to use some weird thing like that? Chaos, say something!
But his voice isn't as cool as it used to be. I don't actually want him to say anything anymore.
Well, we'll just have to trust the professor. And it's not like we have any other choice.
Those are such awkward laughs. Like, I don't appreciate it's the fact that Scott was actually weirder than the professor is just even worse.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
I have a really bad feeling about your voice acting all of a sudden, Junior. What the fuck happened?
Okay, this should stop your complaining. It's ready to fight anytime.
Wow, not bad. Not bad at all. What the hell? Have we been caught?
Well, yes, of course. After all, we're using their mainframe to get these things assembled, so of course they noticed us.
It's like sending a message. We're using your stuff without permission.
Chaos!
Oh well. I guess we better hurry up and get going.
What's going on? They're not gonna shut down again, are they?
I don't understand why those need to be 3 separate cutscenes, but sure, whatever.
No, this is the vessels of Anima resonating with our wills.
What, with our wills?
Our consciousnesses and the vessels of Anima have begun to synchronize.
So this is what Virgil meant when he said we're being compelled to ride them?
But what does it mean? Is this caused by someone's will?
Now you just really like riding giant mechs. You're compelled to ride them because it's cool.
I don't know, but I have a feeling his words did mean something.
If the synchronization continues, it's only a matter of time before the vessels...
Where's the rest of your mech right now, Chaos and Junior? It actually just looks like they're floating in midair on some like flying chair thingy. Like, I'm sure they're actually in the vessel, but still it just looks weird.
What is it, Chaos?
What? Oh, it's about the ESs. Controlling them is even more difficult than before. Be careful and don't lose control.
But they need to be updated to the latest software.
Right, gotcha.
I mean, like, I'm sure these things need updates.
Wilhelm, what are you trying to use this power for?
Every once in a while, but anyways, so there's a Chaos. There's so many things you know that you're just not telling us. Like, we could use this information, man.
Presence of intruders confirmed. Eliminate on contact. I repeat.
Okay, well,
Presence of intruders confirmed.
with Linging as the ESs right now, it's fine. Awakening level 2. Each craft learned a new special attack.
Intruders confirmed.
Cool. What else do we have in the database? I love how they made such a big deal about Asher and he's actually not in the party. I guess we'll throw him in here instead of Ruben. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay. Wait, no, I meant to go to the database actually. We got some new weapons information and it's now 100%. 27 series Ashura. 10% combat regalia. Interesting. And I think that's it for that. Unknown. An update on ES, Asher, Yad, Judah, Joseph. I'm sure we'll learn about all these people later.
Eliminate on contact. I repeat.
Okay. And if they all sound like religious people, they probably are.
On contact. I repeat.
I mean,
Presence of
this franchise does have a lot of like religious themes going on. Also, I did turn the volume up, so I hope it's not like too loud right now. I was told to turn it up into the best stream.
Anima have been stolen.
So I hope it's okay now.
Impossible. How?
I mean, your guards aren't that tough, all things considered.
What's the commotion?
Someone has infiltrated the facility and stolen 3 vessels of Anima.
Actually 4.
Vessels of Anima? Is it Federation soldiers?
We don't know. The enemy moved the vessels onto unknown aims and are currently on the run.
Oh, okay, it's supposed to be aims. Just like eggs. But I still like saying M&M's better.
They moved vessels of Anima into Ames craft? So they've completed the ES before we did?
What shall we do?
Prepare the Interstellar Strategic Integrated Weapons System.
That's such a mouthful.
What?
I said get ready to launch. Is there a problem?
It's still in testing phase. It's too risky to use in real combat.
I don't care. Capture those aims at any cost.
You see, that lack of caring is exactly what's gonna lead to a boss fight that you're eventually gonna lose. That's how this always goes. Okay.
Presence of intruders confirmed. Eliminate on contact. I repeat.
Let's see.
Presence of intruders confirmed.
Spark
Eliminate
DS.
on contact. I repeat.
Not yet. I feel like we
Presence of intruders confirmed.
still have some things to
Eliminate
do
on
in here.
contact.
There's like this cloud
Presence
over
of
there.
intruders confirmed.
I have a story for you today. I'll tell you as soon as
I repeat.
I get my laundry started. Okay. Well, that's cool. Alright.
Eliminate on contact.
Anyways, let's see. Actually, let's go ahead and get off just to see if there's like an item here or something.
Eliminate on contact. I repeat.
Okay, well, here we go. Can I go through here? Currently, emergency security procedures are in effect. You may not move to the next area. Well, can I do anything else in here? Is there a reason for me to be able to get out of here? Maybe there will be in the future, but not at this precise moment in time. So let's just go back to the ES and move to that other door. I was hoping there would be like a treasure chest in there or something. I guess not. Okay. There you are. Okay, well, we're using the ES craft, so let's see. I guess we can just, I mean, Stingray and G88 assault, that's fine. Okay. I mean, I don't see any reason why not use the 2 most powerful attacks and like only the most powerful and the 3rd most powerful attack, but you know what, whatever, it's fine. Cannon race. Okay, that's sci-fi, like this actually will take out the entire EN thing, but lasers. It's fine, we'll just use this. If it costs more, it is therefore stronger, right? That's how that works. Okay. There, we won. These ES fights always just kind of happen. It's they're short and you just kind of do whatever in them. Okay. Actually, hold on, let me do something here. Let me play as the AS Asher since they were so excited about getting the Asher back. Any of those have items? None of those have items. Okay, well. Anyways, go ahead and just do the usual things. Okay. Let's see. So how you guys been lately? Been good. Doing fine. We got a counterattack on that. Ow. Okay, Zebulon is actually taking a little bit of damage here, but you know that's okay. I mean, everyone took a bit of damage in that one. Okay, well that's, you know, I'm actually gonna have you like, there, do that, and then you can take care of it. Try not to drop too low of HP. Now we do have healing items for that. But, you know. Okay. Anyways, let me lower my volume a little bit so I can actually focus on what I want to say better. Okay, now I can actually hear myself think. Okay, hold on, we have to. Okay, so I took the recycling today, and as I was making my my last turn on the way, I heard a loud crash and saw something flying across the road. I just turned off on my rear. I just turned off on in my rear view mirror. So you saw something flying across the road when you were taking out the recycling. What? Did you see what it was? Was it a large item or was it a small item? Did it look organic? Was it a living creature? This is the real question here. Okay. When I came back that way, there was a car scrapped in the middle of the road with big damage on the front and a bunch of junk from the trunk around it. That, wow. How, Jesus, how did that happen? I'm very confused as to how you put yourself in this situation, but I mean, I guess. Okay. I mean, fair enough. You know what? The other day I did have there was actually a car that got flipped over on the road, and it was I didn't actually see it getting flipped over, but I did hear that it got flipped over. And I was like on the road outside of my job where I got that accident a while back. So you know, it was pretty spooky. Anyways, I got revenge on that. Alright. Anyways, there were more damaged cars on the side of the road. I suspect one ended up hurling into the woods. Eek. There were about a dozen cars parked along the shoulder, either to help or because they were afraid to proceed, with about a dozen people standing around near the damage. Oi! That's quite the story you have there, is that? I'm sure that popped up on the news. Someone have to like look up the news, see if see what I can see from there. That sounds like a big deal. I mean, maybe it isn't as big as I'm making it out to be, but it definitely sounds like some damage was done to a. Okay, let's go ahead and get you taken care of. Okay, and then we can take care of you. Okay, you know what? Cosmos and friends, you guys can just charge. Okay, the whole intersection eventually got blocked off by the police after a while after I got out of there. It absolutely was a big deal. Yeah, hey. Yeah, definitely gonna have to look that up on the news. I don't think I have anything nearly as exciting, I suppose, on my end. Because I'm actually gonna charge for a little bit here. Okay, just to recover HP. Okay, that should be fine. Alright. Yeah, on my end to that is a pretty normal day at work. Nothing particularly exciting happened other than you know, the usual. It's like 90 degrees out there every day, all day long. It's not fun. Hey, Shion leveled up. Actually, people have like enough SP to like get things now. Well, let me take care of that. Junior, you can get this thing. Okay. But you don't have enough for the next thing. Cosmos, you can get this. And Momo, you don't quite have enough for anything right now. That's okay. Chaos. You do. There you go. Shion, you also do. Hell, and now you can actually move on to this one. It's just gonna be a bunch of debuffs from what I'm seeing. That's okay. Jin doesn't have anything. This is Ziggy, you can actually afford this thing. There you go. And I think that's back to the beginning. Alright. What I suspect happened is this. There were 2 cars on the opposite side of the road and 2 cars behind me. Behind you. As I slowed down to make a right turn, one of the cars behind me got impatient and tried to pass me, unaware of the other 2 cars on the other side, each going about 50 miles per hour. I can't be sure, but that's my best guess. Well, sounds like that might be what it could be. I have had quite my fair share of run-ins with people that get too impatient because I guess I drive too slow, which I'll admit I do drive quite slow. But you know, they get way too impatient and just try to pass me however way possible, and they likely get in an accident later down the road because they're being so impatient. As I said back in that post-accident stream, there is no reason to drive so fast. You gain no benefits from it. It's just they're driving fast for no reason. That's it. Alright. Let's see. But anyways, I guess Jesus Christ, it took a lot of damage there. Let's go ahead and do a charge here. Ow. Okay. Oh, yeah, that didn't happen to you too long ago, did it?
Destroying enemy units.
Yeah, that accident was I want to say like 3 months ago by now. We were still playing Fire Emblem Warriors when that happened, so I guess that's our best point of reference for time. Okay, go ahead and charge with everyone for a while because we're actually taking damage now. I was gonna say something else though. Oh, yeah, I have the everyone in the house, well, except for one of the roommates, but he doesn't really bother anyone. But the family is off the house for the weekend. My mom specifically, she went with a bunch of her friends over to a town up there in northern Georgia called Helen, and you know, she's hanging out with her friends over there over the weekend. Which means I'm over here all by myself in my house, which is exactly how I like it. It's look, I love my mom and all, but it's quiet, it's peaceful. I can talk at my own volume without being too worried about anything like that. You know, like you gotta love your parents, but you also gotta understand when to just enjoy their absence. Like, not forever, just for a little bit, just the peace and quiet. Okay, one thing, just yesterday I met with a Floridian friend of mine in Nashville who had one hell of a car crash story for me. Oof. It's the car crash story day today. One hell of a story for normal people. A pretty boring, everyday story for Florida, man. Well, okay, fair enough. If you live in Florida, you're used to, like, insane car flip nonsense, things like that happening. Okay, let's go ahead and take care of like every enemy in the area. There's a bit too many of them. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and take care of you. I'm actually be able to do this without taking any damage. There you go. Yeah, because I strategically took all the important guys first. Okay, he guarded, but he's still dead. Doesn't matter. Okay. Ew. Let's see. Well, everyone's going in front of me, so it doesn't matter. Alright. But yeah, so I have the weekend all for myself, so I can... What that basically really means at the end of the day is that it is almost a guarantee that I won't get interrupted by, you know, humans on any of my streams today or tomorrow. They'll be back on Sunday though, so you can't really do much for that. But, you know, that's fine. And, other than that, well, I guess since we're here, I wanted to save this for later on the stream, but I mean, it doesn't really matter when I start talking about this. So, well, okay, hold on, let me get some water because I talked for a while. Hey. Anyway, so on my previous Jak and Daxter stream that I did last Sunday, we actually. I actually talked about a certain thing that's going to be happening with the streams now. I expect that most of my subscribers didn't actually watch the Jak and Daxter streams. You know, this streams get a lot more views than those. But anyways, I was talking about how I'm gonna actually start changing the kinds of my focus on streaming, I guess is the best way to describe it. So previously on Fridays and Saturdays, I would like play the long games, you know, like JRPGs and long adventure games, all that sort of stuff. And then on Sundays, I would play like short games, like platformers and horror games and things like that. We're actually going to be changing that quite drastically real soon here. Okay, we're actually going to be start changing that pretty much starting this Sunday. So the way it's going to work now is Fridays and Saturdays are no longer going to be necessarily long game streams. They can also actually be short game streams now. But what the main focus is going to be there now is I guess games that I actually really like, have, you know, a personal connection with, and I want to stream. You know, basically the main games, be them long or short, they will be like the main games now. Whereas Sunday streams are now going to be for games that I'm not very... Oh, the game mode is a bit loud. I actually was waiting for someone to mention the game mode because I had it a bit too too low on the previous stream, so I wanted to make sure. Sound effects specifically. Oh, those are the ones that are too loud. Well, that's fine. We can lower those specifically as well. We just... Okay, well apparently I've made the whole freaking thing. Is that fine? Okay, there. Let me just... Okay, there. Anyway, so yeah, Sunday streams are now gonna be focused on games that I actually can't change the volume settings here. Well, I guess we'll just have to move over the whole game. They're gonna be games that I only want to play like once more in my life, basically. Games that I have that I kind of like but don't like too much. And oh, hang on, repairs. Could I use those? For a medium amount of HP for all allies, and has decreased ability and F mine. Oh, that's fine. We can focus on that later. But yeah, we're gonna be focusing on games that you know, the games that I'm not gonna be playing past their stream on Sundays. And they're not necessarily going to be bad games, so they're going to be like alright games, or games that I personally think are just alright. You might personally think some of these games are great, or you might personally think some of these games are terrible. Point is, these games are getting streamed, and then after those streams they're never being touched again. And that particular list of games is very, very long. So we're gonna be playing games like that, you know, for pretty much the foreseeable future. I can't even really say when that's gonna end. Just hope it ends eventually. I think I'm going to be able to recognize 0 of those games. Now you might recognize a couple of them, like maybe a couple Sonic games or something. But you know, we'll have fun streaming them. I just want to, you know, like my main criteria for games to stream this times is that would it make a fun stream series. It's not so much where I like the game too much or not. It's actually more if I can make it entertaining, because you know, we could have you know, there could be a bunch of games that I really like that wouldn't make for a fun streaming series. Maybe because they're, you know, they're games that are best enjoyed when you play them on your own time, at your own pace, rather than, like, you know, trying to do some things, you know, and trying and commentate over them and trying to make them exciting 24/7. You know, some games are fun, just not exciting, like The Sims. I wouldn't consider streaming The Sims because I don't know, it's well, okay, I don't know. Maybe Age of Empires or something, like an RTS game. That's definitely something I would never stream because I cannot see that being fun to watch. Fun to play, definitely. Fun to watch, hell no. Anyways, before this story like actually goes on, let me go ahead and read the Florida Man story here that we got in the chat real quick. This happened like right in front of my friend's house across the street. Florida Man 1 had stolen a silver car and was transporting cocaine in it. Florida Man 2 had stolen an identical silver car and was transporting heroin in it. They were on awkward spots on the road, probably going too fast, and both tried to swerve to avoid each other, and they collided. Both of them immediately fled the scene before police could catch them, and there's the story. That is a Florida story. Like, that has like the Florida seal of approval right there. I'm sorry for any of my Florida friends, but for any of my Florida pals, but your state sucks. There's no better way to put it. You don't. Your state does. Okay. Alright, can go through here. Yeah, oh yeah, Sonic was kind of the king of mediocrity for a while. Yeah. Sim games are fun to stream if you have cheats and unlimited resources to muck about with, and you know, pretty much all Sims games have those cheats, as far as I know. The PA lady was talking over you the entire time. Really? So, am I actually that quiet? Hey. Okay, let me lower the game volume a bit more, I guess. Hey. I don't know how loud this game is supposed to be. Okay, let's try 52. Alright. Maybe this will be better. I'd say the PA is just that loud. Well, yeah, it is kind of hard to pay attention to, that's right. It's gonna keep getting like that every time I mess with the volume. Okay. But yeah, it is important to know that the human brain cannot really process, like if someone is talking to you, and then you're also trying to read something, it's not gonna work. Your brain is not gonna be able to focus on reading and paying attention to what the person is saying at the same time. And same for when two people are talking at the same time. You just can't do that. You know, it's It's not optimal. But you know, I guess that's the end of that conversation. You can't pay attention to two people talking at the same time. That did not need to go further. What am I doing here? Okay. I just wish it shut up. It's the exact same sentence over and over again. Yeah, it's really annoying, but again, as we saw earlier, this game does not have a very extensive audio options menu. We have audio output. That's all we got. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that smoke takes so long to actually go away. So reminds me of the alarm that just wouldn't shut off while I was playing Pokemon Coliseum. I think I remember that thing. But okay, actually no, hold on. See if I can take care of you guys real quick. Anyways, I don't know. What did you guys have for lunch today? I had some, I went to Cece's, since, again, since when I'm by myself, I don't really like putting too much effort on cooking, because, you know, it's just, like, it's whatever. So I just went to Cece's, enjoyed some pizza. But, I don't know what it's like in the Cece's for you guys in your area, in your respective areas, but in my area, it's always either like dead, like there's two people in the entire restaurant, or it's plagued with people. It's just crowded as hell. It's just impossible to navigate through. And today was the latter. It was too crowded. I don't like it when it's so crowded. I mean, it's not like anyone was bothering me specifically, but it don't mean I have to like it. Anyway, I did have a food question for you. Well, there you go. Go ahead. I'll try to answer to the best of my abilities. Ew. Okay. So one is gonna you. Okay. G88 Assault, like again, all these like ES craft names are a little bit weird, complicated to remember, but whatever. Okay, there was a leftover patty of breaded chicken breast just sitting around, so I microwaved it and just slapped it on a quesadilla I was making. It was passable, but I wondered if I could have done that better in any way. Okay, so a leftover patty of breaded chicken, like basically what you would use for a chicken burger. Just sitting around, so I microwaved it and slapped it on a quesadilla I was making. Like hamburger meat does not really work on quesadillas very well. Be it like actual like beef or just basically meat that is designed to be put on a burger does not fit on a quesadilla. Like Applebee's has this like burger-dilla or whatever the hell it is. And okay, well, that means we might have a cutscene here. I'll continue that later.
Good. Now we can get out of here. Hurry!
What's that?
We're picking up enemy transmissions. If we adjust the channel, it may be possible to listen in.
Please try.
Intruders. Zohar. Test object. Provide purity. There's no time. No. Postpone the connection experiment. Number 6. Aoi Uzuki is being prepped in hospital ward.
Aoi? Uzuki?
Transport the test subject.
Mother!
Xian, tell me where you are going. Acting alone under the current circumstances would be extremely...
I'm sorry. I have to save my mom.
Xian!
Junior, look!
Xion! Where do you think you're going?
Xion, it's too dangerous. Come back now.
Damn it! We have to get her!
We can't! Junior!
What?
An enemy mobile weapon craft.
Get the hell out of our way!
Okay, this robot in particular looks like a Power Ranger robot. Ow! Okay, well, we don't have anima thingies on DS Azure, unfortunately. But that's right, because Rickos is missing, like just straight up. Okay, today I just had spicy salami sandwich. It was pretty good. Okay, yeah, burger. But anyway, yeah, burger meat does not fit on quesadillas. Like it just doesn't. It's weird. It again, the Applebee's like burgerdilla or queso burger or whatever the hell it's called. Just I tried it like twice in two different occasions. It just did not work. Tortillas and meats like that just do not go hand in hand. Okay, looking good for animal level 2. All right, well, let's go ahead and do. Oh, we can actually do all 3 attacks. But we missed. Oh shit, never mind. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, now we actually hit. Ow! These people can counter, I don't appreciate that.
Destroying enemy units.
Okay. Hey, you actually get to participate. I was afraid the game was just going to cut out to Shion again. Yeah, that would have sucked. Okay, let's go ahead and do our special air raid. I mean earth rain. And then you can do your X-Buster. Isn't that the thing that Cosmos had, like, just on her own? Why does she need a robot for it now? That's unfair. Anyways, actually, let's go ahead and heal for a while. Okay. I was using chicken, not beef, but I think I see what you mean. Biggest problem for me was how thick it was. I probably should have just made a chicken burger instead. Yeah, that would have probably worked better. Again, there are certain meats that definitely work with quesadillas, but burger meat ain't one of them. Okay. Let's see. This thing counters a lot. My god. Okay. Let's see. Try and charge again. You know what? I'm gonna take it a little bit slow here. Alright. Well, shredded chicken or pork on a tortilla. Shredded chicken or pork? Yes, definitely. That is a-okay to use on a quesadilla. Okay, why do you keep countering everything? Hold on, let me. If I use like distance attacks, will it keep countering? Okay, it seems that I think that might be the way to go here. Okay. Yeah, so that thing likes to punch a lot, so it's okay. We can figure it out. Yeah, shredded chicken and pork in a quesadilla will work just fine. What else will... Ow! Ow! Okay, we gotta heal for a while. Now, obviously, you would think of using like shredded cheese for your quesadilla, but there are several kinds of cheeses that you can put on quesadilla, like original Oaxaca cheese, which is again Mexican cheese. That one will do wonders on a quesadilla. Any kind of string cheese pretty much will be a good replacement. Really, you just need cheeses that are like that can easily melt. At the same time, however, you could put you know, after the quesadilla is done, you could also put a more harder cheeses on it. Like for example, if you got like Parmesan cheese or something like that, that might actually work in there pretty well. And other kinds of cheeses like that. If you got queso fresco, That might work in there too. Guess what's basically like just hard cheese. And some people like putting what's the name of it? You know, lettuce under quesadillas, tomatoes under quesadillas, sour cream on quesadillas. If you like sour cream quesadillas, definitely the way to go. Okay. I've been shredding my own cheddar since I can't find Oaxaca. Maybe I'll keep an eye out next time for shopping. Yeah, like maybe Walmart would have Oaxaca cheese. Or if you got like a farmer's market, you like one of those like big Korean markets or something like that, they might have like a Hispanic section where you can find you know, Oaxaca cheese. Not a guarantee, but you know, it's possible. Okay. You're gonna get countered, Cosmos. Actually, she didn't get countered. Wow. Okay, is it not countering anymore? Because we're like not doing damage here. Actually, you know what? I haven't even scanned you. What's your deal? It's not weak to any elements or anything. It's just got 200,000 HP. That's all. Yeah, we're doing very little HP, one bit at a time. Okay, let's see if we can speed this up a little bit. It's always gonna counter when we do that, though. It's too dangerous. We just have to be patient with it. Okay, maybe I'll... yeah, whatever, but let's see. Okay. So anyways, Shion went to rescue her mother, but have we actually seen... like, physically seen Shion's mother yet? I don't think we have. We saw her in a bed, but we didn't see her. Like, we didn't properly see her is what I'm trying to say here. Maybe we did, maybe I might just be remembering wrong here. But, that would mean that if we do get to meet her, we would have met all of Shion's, like, direct family. You know, like her father, her mother, her brother, and, well, herself. I don't think anyone's talking about Shion's grandparents, but I guess they weren't relevant enough. Alright. Rate my pawn. Mojo Jojo's favorite cheese is Oaxaca. Aha. Well, you know what? That might actually... maybe that would actually work in like the Latino dub of Powerpuff Girls, but it's an alright one, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, the thing is, though, again, Oaxaca cheese is definitely Mexican cheese. It's not like Latino cheese. It's seen throughout several parts of Latin America. No, it is Mexican cheese. So only Mexicans would really get the joke there. Nah, you show that to like a Venezuelan or something, they would be like, "What? What are you talking about?" Okay. Anyways, everyone's defending. And this fight is being taken very slowly, but it's going. We'll get there. Okay. Anyways, did I mention last week that I think I might have on the Jak and Daxter stream, but not in the Xenosaga stream. So lately I've been playing physical attacks power increased. Oi. Ow. Ow. Ow! You stop! Oh, fuck you.
We can't take anymore.
Eh. Wait, what? Who's controlling the... oh. Okay, well... hold on. Wait, who's control... are we still... no. Okay, someone is controlling... okay, Shion left the ship, but I guess it's fine. Anyways. So that thing doesn't do one of those combos again. Okay. Now we do have revives though. Okay, were you about to mention Xenosaga Chronicles 2. Okay, I did talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on last week's stream. But what I actually want to talk about was Eternal Sonata. That's the real game I've been playing lately. And I mentioned it to you, but I guess I'll mention it to the rest of the world. I've been playing Eternal Sonata is like this early PS2, I mean the PS3 game and Xbox 360 RPG, action RPG specifically. And it's made by the same people that made the Valkyrie Profile series. If you guys don't know what the Valkyrie Profile series is, well, it's not a very long running franchise, but it's still technically relevant. It's a franchise where like it's the main gimmick of them is the combat system, but particularly in Valkyrie Profile 2, because it's kind of action based, but it also has a lot to do with positioning, and they clearly brought that into Eternal Sonata. The combat system is very action based, but positioning yourself, like not so much strategizing, but just straight up positioning, sounds like it's basically the most important part of the combat system. And so far, I'm having quite a bit of fun with it. It's not the best game I've ever played, of course, but it's pretty good. Ow, that was a critical. Someone got quit. Okay, and I guess I could say a couple of weak points about it, like the story is not that interesting. The characters are alright, not super special though. Actually, we can go into Anima level 2 now. Let's see. Actually, hold on. Yeah, the characters are alright. Like, one of them is pretty likable, but the rest of them are just, you know, it's kind of okay. And the dungeon exploration is basic, I guess. Like, it's the game heavily relies on the combat system being as fun as it is, and yeah, it is really fun. But you know, like, the combat system alone can't like carry the entire game, so they do need to think about that. It's you know, I think about it. Is it fantasy or sci-fi style or a blend of both? It is okay. This is actually one of the most interesting parts of the game. It is a very much fantasy world that, as you would expect from a name like Eternal Sonata, it's got a lot of music elements to it. Hold on, let me go ahead and use one of these nano repairs. Yeah, it's got a lot of like physical attack power. God damn it, this thing again. It's got yeah, it's got a lot of music style based things. Like, every character's weapon doubles as you know, looks like an actual weapon, like, you know, a sword or a staff or an umbrella. But they also have, like, you know, like guitar strings on them, or they'll have like pipes where you can play it as a flute. You know, every character's weapon is also like an instrument. And okay, so the rock spell has nothing to do with the earth element. Then actually, there aren't. There isn't a whole lot of focus on the elements. There are elements, but they're you wouldn't even notice it. It's how small they are. They are a part of the game. Like, yeah, the elements are there, I suppose. It's just not a big deal. But yeah, so every character has a weapon that also doubles as an instrument. Like, the enemies, actually no, the enemies have nothing to do with it. But every character also has musical names. Like, The main characters are like allegretto, which I'm sure that's a music term in some way. Polka, that's just the genre of music. Beat, like music beats. Viola, salsa, falsetto, I'm sure that's something. Jazz. Jazz is pretty cool. I like jazz. They got a bunch of music stuff in it. And the reason for all the music terms is because the game is actually supposed to be like a fantasy dream of Frédéric Francois Chopin. Okay, they're like the actual Frédéric Francois Chopin, the 1800s musician from Europe, I think from Poland specifically. He did he did piano work throughout his short life, and basically the game is just his dream world on his deathbed. And Frederick himself is actually a playable character in there. So that's where a lot of them, that's where all the music terms come in. It's pretty cool. And that's basically the main thing that makes the story interesting. The fact that it's basically taking all of like Chopin's work, all of his songs, and trying to interpret them into a story. Whether the story is good or not, well, that's kind of up to interpretation, but a personal preference. But I mean, I think it works well enough. It's not like amazing, but it's fine. Anyways. So yeah, that's what I've been playing lately, and if the game keeps going with the quality that it is currently going, I do think it's likely to get streamed later down in time. Falsetto is a singing related term. Okay, I see. I'm getting Eternal Sonata and Shining Resonance mixed up in my head. Don't the characters in the new Shining Resonance game have instrument-like weapons? Yes! Actually, I think pretty much anyone who's reviewing Shining Resonance that has also played Eternal Sonata will make comparisons to Eternal Sonata, because they're very similar in that sense. They're both action RPGs released originally for 7th generation consoles that have a similar anime art style going on and all that happening. So the likely thing is, if you like Eternal Sonata, you will also like Shining Resonance, and vice versa. Now, the big difference being Shining Resonance Refrain is available in the West for the first time this week, whereas Eternal Sonata came out like 2008. So there's a bit of a year gap, a couple of years gap going on in there. But yeah, they're definitely both like music-based action RPGs. Are they related at all? Same company or anything like that? No? Okay, I think they're both published by Bandai Namco. No, they're not. Eternal Sonata is published by Bandai Namco. Shining Resonance is published by Sega. No, they are actually not really. There might have been like a couple of people that worked in both games, but it's not the same companies or like the same directors or anything like that, as far as I know. It just happens to be two action RPGs about music. And by the way, I am also interested in playing Shining Resonance Refrain whenever we get the chance to do that. Seems pretty cool. I played the demo on Switch, and I'll definitely be getting it on PS4 though, because on PS4 it runs at 60 frames per second. And like, if the frame rate was actually the same on PS4 and Switch, I would have easily gotten it on Switch, because I want to use my Switch as much as possible. But when there's a clear frame rate difference, it's not anymore. That's I am way too I pay way too much attention to like frame rates. That's the main thing that's really gonna make a game enjoyable for me or not. Okay. And I think we can do something here. Ow! Jesus. You know what, hold on, it's a prime time to use this thing. Alright. I hated the demo, but that was mostly because there was so little to do. Cutscenes took up too much of the time, yeah. And actually in the final game you might see a lot of cutscenes too, because the game is being heavily advertised for its dating mechanics. So the main character Yuma can date any of the 4 female playable characters. Well, technically 3, but you know, thanks to refrain mode there is now 4 female characters and 8 total, I think. So yeah, you can actually date the girls, and that's being advertised. The game clearly has a big waifu focus. It's no denying that one. But you know, I mean, it's fine. A lot of games do that. Can't really blame them too much for it. Oh boy, I had no interest in any of the female characters I made in the demo. There's like one you haven't seen yet, I suppose. So, but other than that, well, I mean, the one that you haven't mentioned yet is pretty cool. But you know. Okay, anyways, let's see, let's go ahead and charge here. But yeah, I'll definitely get the game for myself later. And, is that enough to kill it? Nope, it wasn't. Well, hopefully this will be. Actually, it's still alive. With like a little bit. Come on, man. I could have gotten... Actually, do I have anything for that? Hold on. Analyze decreased mines. Analyze rolling and repair. We're all allies. Man! I can't believe it survived with like a sliver of health. Now I can't get my my bonus thingy. I guess I should have done a few more attacks. Okay, I know I'm not being... I know I'm not being all that serious. Different strokes for different folks. Lots of people that aren't me will love it. Yes, that's perfectly fine. What the fuck? Ow. I guess we actually dodged it. Yeah, I want to play... I know it's almost dead, but I want to play it safe for a little bit. I don't trust this thing. Okay, I don't trust I would do like a self-destruct attack or some shit. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I'm surprised this thing's still standing. Yeah, it's... I mean, fair enough. It had 200,000 HP. And we were doing like 2,000 points of damage at most per turn. So it makes sense, but it is about time for this thing to die already, though. It really needs to get the hell out of here. Okay, let's go ahead and... There's no way it's still alive after like this next couple of attacks. It's still alive. Oh my... Please die! You're on your course. It's still alive! Motherfucker, please! How? It's like... It looks like it has 1 HP. Come on! There! Finally, thank you. It didn't even die properly, it just like, hey, yeah, I'm dead now. Okay, well, we didn't get the bonus points, but at least we did get the normal points. It's better than, like, getting a freaking game over. Damage Sponge is my most hated kind of boss enemies. Yeah, they suck, but whatever, we did it. We managed to keep that entertaining, I suppose, somehow, because we had topics to talk about. Right, Inferno 2. I don't know what that... Okay, that's just one of those fire attacks. Got DN1. I almost feel like there's an Ed, Ed and Eddie joke in there somewhere that I'm just not seeing right now. Anyways, we're probably gonna get a cutscene right now, so I'm gonna shut up.
Cosmos, what's Shion's position?
She's moving through the 13th Administration Wing.
We'll get her back. More of them! Damn it! They just keep on coming!
Junior, we should retreat for now.
Retreat? But then Xion will...
It's all right. Shion's not a child. She'll manage something on her own. If we stay here, we'll be in trouble.
What now? Junior, we won't last much longer.
We've got to escape. Now!
Damn it! Okay then, let's head back to the Elsa.
The elevator ahead of here should lead to Mom's room.
Random thing, a YouTube poop channel I follow is planning on a Robotnik Mega Man X crossover called Mega Man X. Okay, Xion is so too, my child. Well, okay, Xion is definitely emotional. I'm not sure if childish, but definitely emotional. And a bit extreme on her methods, but let's see what happens.
The enemy broke through the transport bay and escaped.
Send an AIMS team after them. Report to Commander Margulis at once.
Let's see. I should be able to get to Mom's wing from over here.
Xion.
Testament. Don't get in my way. I don't have time to play with you right now.
Xion.
How dare you call me by my name?
What's the matter? Have you forgotten me? I've come back for you, Xion.
What?
What are you doing in here?
She's the intruder! Don't let her get away!
Come on! Grab her! Stop struggling!
Hold her down!
Let go of me! Help me, Kevin!
What's she talking about?
Stop it! Don't touch me!
Someone
Get
shut her
away
up!
from me! Save the game?
Well, anyways, if you guys couldn't figure out that was Kevin from just his voice actor, then, well, now you know. Oh, just a ghost. Should have known. Yeah, again, we're in the past. We're not supposed to have anyone that we actually know here. But anyways, cool. I'm sure Cosmos will come to rescue sooner or later. Anyways. I'm sorry, how tall was... I did not read how tall Cosmos was, but I think she was pretty tall. Let's go with that. Anyways, sooner or later this thing's gonna ask me to put disc 2 in there. Okay.
The Red Testament. That was Kevin. Kevin is dead. Was that just an illusion?
I mean, the fact that he disappeared into thin air. That should give you a clue to that question you're having right now, Xion.
No, Lieutenant Virgil was really there too.
But from the past. Shion. Do you not understand in what period of time you are right now? Virgil still was alive. He wasn't the crazy lunatic he became, but he was, you know, alive. And so was Kevin. He was younger. He wasn't dead. He was younger. You're still in the past. You're supposed to be a scientist. You're supposed to understand this, Shion.
People who are dead are revived as testaments.
Anyways.
Kevin said he came for me. Does this mean the testaments aren't our enemies?
The fact that at least one of them tried to kill us. Probably more than one of them.
Is that her? She's part of the group that stole the vessels of Anima?
Okay, why?
Yes. She's been babbling things to herself and ignoring our question.
Was that lady like drinking water before the recording started? And it's like, shit, hold on, my leg. Yes, she's been babbling. The fuck? Okay. The voice acting is kind of weird in this cutscene so far. Like, it's not timed right.
Pellegrini, did you notice? Those eyes, they look just like his. They're the eyes of one who continues to defy us.
Apparently Shion has the eyes of a traitor. Because it doesn't specify the one who continues to defy. It's just the eyes of one who continues. She's got atheist eyes, apparently.
Call Supervisor Uzuki and Kevin Winnicott. Have them join me for the interrogation.
What the fuck is going on with the voice acting? Like, okay, no, is this actually the game, or is this my game glitching out or something? I hope it isn't. That's some like Shadow of the Comet levels of dramatic error bones pauses. Yeah. Hey.
Yes, sir.
Eventually there will be voice acting. Eventually.
You're calling the supervisor to the interrogation? Why?
This is so awkward. This is so bad. Come on. Margulis, you got a line to read. Fine, I'll read it for you, you little baby ass. It seems this woman attempted to make contact with both of them not too long ago. Then the theft of vessels. Now your face is gone. What? Pellegrini, I don't feel so good. What the fuck is happening? The operation was performed quite smoothly. Well, I'm glad the operation went well, because clearly the creation of this cutscene did not. Jesus.
Do you mean they have inside information?
Whatever the case, if we don't verify her identity, our future plans could be in jeopardy.
Oh my god, it's the time paradox. It's finally catching up to us. Yes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, see, here's present time Kevin, Shion. He is...
Winnicott!
Hey.
Supervisor Uzuki, what do you want?
Fine, jeez. Cut me off if you... Why don't you?
If you need to talk, couldn't it wait until later?
What's the meaning of using the 27 series Ashura? Those are solely for experimental use. Young Kevin, I don't feel so good. They're still unstable. If they go out of control, we won't be able to rein them in. And Their combat abilities will be as expected, that's all that's needed. That's absurd. They can't distinguish between an enemy and an ally. Are you planning to use a weapon that can only cause indiscriminate destruction? When the Saga of Nephilim becomes operational, everything will be resolved by the awakening of the Zohar. Except me. I don't feel so good, so... You're going to use the Song of Nephilim that was born from the Lemeng translation? You must reconsider. There's still time to stop both the 27 series and the song. You stopped. We were just talking about songs in video games. Just reconsider. There it is. You're too late. You're too late. There's no other way to activate the Zohar. The descendant troops have already reached the city. If we don't use that system now, all our efforts would have been for nothing. Is this why you betrayed the friend? I'm sure this is supposed to be like a serious cutscene. I can't take it seriously with this fucking glitches. This is... this is too goddamn weird. I have to know if this is normal. Yeah, go ahead and look up like this same cutscene somewhere else on YouTube and maybe see if they have the same glitches or not. Hey. No way. I don't feel so good. Now, you sacrifice your own wife in order to save your daughter. Why hesitate now? You couldn't possibly understand. There you go. Maybe it's a disc reader. I mean, I think my discs are pretty clean, so it shouldn't be, but it could be. I don't know. I had no choice. That's right. For the realization of our ideals, there is no other choice. Now the music is gone. Wait, is the music gone or is it just me? Hold on. No, the music's gone. The music just stopped. What? What? Okay, I'm excited to see what else is going to happen to this cutscene. I don't care what they're actually talking about. I just want to see what the fuck's going to get messed up. Ah. Supervisor, I don't feel so good. Oh, you're here.
You're here too, Mr.
He just like appeared, and the music appeared, and the voice acting appeared, all of them at the same time. Part of me hopes this keeps happening till the end of disc 1. You know what? It very well might be. I think we still probably have at least one more chapter in here, though. So, anyways, let's see.
What is it? Commander Margulis requests your presence for the interrogation of the intruder.
At an interrogation? Me as well?
I think it might have fixed itself. Let's see. No, I spoke too early. Yes, I was involved in details, so please ask the commander directly. What's this about? I've heard that she's a member of the group that stole the vessels of Anima. It must mean she's more than just a pretty thief. Petty thief, I mean. Okay, though. Part of me hopes that doesn't happen again. Part of me wants that to keep happening at least every other cutscene. Just to add some comedy to this, like, game that takes itself way too seriously. Oh my god. Okay. Hello? Was it actually my disc fucking up? What's happening? I almost hear... No, there it is. Okay. Just took a minute. Oh my god, this is gonna be so bad. Remember when Germa played the Rat Tattoo murder game with the nutty voice glitches? I feel like something similar is happening here, but instead of glitching, everything just gets delayed. Yeah. Okay. Well, so you know who I am. It seems I was right. You are more than just a mere rat. Ah. You're an interesting woman. I can tell you're no spy. Your face betrays your every thought. I won't tell you anything. There's no point in empty bluffs. We have countless ways of making you talk. Speaking of rats. Okay. But before that, I'm going to have you answer questions from these two. Ah! Tell me the truth, how much do you know about the vessels of anima? It's pointless to keep silent.
It's pointless to keep silent.
Well, there he is. The 3D models aren't even doing anything. They're just sitting there, yeah.
I want to be rough with you. Please answer me.
Voice acting, do you want to be here or not? Gotta make up your mind, man. These actors got paid money to do this. You gotta show some respect for them voice acting coding. Hey. I have nothing to say to a man who doesn't even hesitate to sacrifice his own family. What are you talking about? That's none of your business. Well, it's absolutely her business, Mr. Man. Besides, I didn't mean to sacrifice... You didn't mean to sacrifice a wife. It's not mean to sacrifice. Is that what you're saying, really? What chapter is this? I have to look... I think we just entered chapter 7? I think. Alright, anyways. Then what did you mean to do? Our Yusuke is your wife. How can you let these people do what they want to her? Who are you? Don't do it. You're gonna mess up the timeline so badly if you actually reveal your identity right now. Well, you're a lively one, aren't you? Listen, we already know you're using the vessels of Anima's mobile weapon reactors. That's a top secret research. Even Vector doesn't have that technology yet, much less UTIC. Where did you obtain it from? I knew it, so it wasn't just Ormus involved in the Soho research, but Vector as well. Woman, where did you learn the name Ormus? Your attitude reminds me of a man I know and I don't like it. Again, this would probably be a lot more serious if we had the proper voice acting here, but we gotta make do what we have.
Curiosity can prove to be fatal. You would do well to remember that.
Ha! You will tell us everything you know. Naturally, we won't kill you, though you'll experience things far worse than death. Okay, well... Are we gonna move on to a functional cutscene now? Let's see. It's probably gonna take a while to load too. It might be my disc. Fair enough, it might actually just be my disc fucking up. That's entirely possible. But, I got no immediate results on Google. This might only be happening to you. I recommend checking out another Let's Play and comparing it against this. Yeah, that's definitely something I'll have to do, because this is weird. This is so weird. Hey. Okay, there, we're loading again. I hear music at least. Fabronia, what's wrong? I have something I need to tell everyone. There's no time. Hurry. I don't feel so good. And now we need to load again. I will do this for you, but I don't want to miss this turning point in the story. Ay, ay, ay. Man, I'm gonna have to check my disc after this, because actually, I hope disc 2 isn't like scratched either, because that would just be a problem. Alright. You should rename this stream to make an Infinity War joke. You know what, sure, while the cutscene loads, let me just like mess around with this real quick. New tab. Okay, hold on. There we go. There's Jin. Yeah, go ahead and do your voice acting, Jin. There we go. Ah, there's Jin. Okay, hold on. And you should learn how to do the dissolve effect and make a custom thumbnail. I probably should. Okay. Hold on. And you should learn how to do the dissolve effect.
Let me just like
make a custom
infinity war joke here.
Probably should. Okay. You should learn how to do the dissolve.
Let me just like make a custom infinity war.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Okay, there, the stream title has now been changed to reflect the things happening on screen. Okay, now let me go ahead and close everything out again. Alright, there. And then how long are you going to stand there? But then you go back and rescue Chief. If you're going right back, you might have been able to get to her. Can't put everyone in danger because of Shion's selfish actions. But why aren't you going to rescue her now? After our infiltration, the security of Labyrinthus has been increased. If we make any rash moves, we'll only make the situation worse. I understand that, but while we're calmly talking about this, the Chief is in danger. Aren't you worried about your sister? I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Okay. The best part. That's what you were echoing, right? Internet browser, the best part. Yeah, that. If I was just echoing, that's exactly what was happening. Okay. Is when the best part is when the portrait hangs around for less than a second, then vanishes. Oh my god. Alan, for everyone's worried about her. During the Gnosis terrorism, Shion learned that our father betrayed the Federation and handed over the Megaton to Utic. I have kept this involvement with Utic from her. Her actions are not based on conviction. Rather, she's acting out of spite towards our father and me. Convictions built on a weak foundation like that will crumble at the slightest provocation. Thus, I'm worried. The truth awaits her. I have a feeling there's something that Shion must not be allowed to know, which we will then be allowed to know, hopefully with voice acting. What do you mean? I don't know what it is yet. But I'm concerned about the way she's been fainting lately. You mean the way she's been fatigued? If that's all it is, I'm gonna be worried about it. What do you mean? This moment is so dramatic, the music must stop. Her mother had the same symptoms. Dun dun dun! The Chief has the same illness as her mother. Finally, someone takes her narcolepsy seriously. Oh my god. Jean, Shion's in trouble. What? What is it? Abronia's here. Please, come to the bridge. You know what? Hold on. This is going to take a while to load again. Let me... Once again. I need to know right now. Like, right now. If this is actually just me. Or if it's actually, like, if other people as well. Hold on. I need a Xenosaga 2 stream for, I mean Xenosaga 3 stream, let's play or whatever, walkthrough, yeah, work, okay, let's see, full playlist, 81 videos, sure thing, let's see, unauthorized entry, blah blah blah, open a floating landmass, okay. We're getting there real soon while this cutscene freaking loads. Okay, let's see. I think... Yeah, okay, so... Let me just see if this playthrough right here is messing up as well.
If we don't use that system now, all of our efforts will have been for nothing.
Is there voice acting going on right now?
Isn't this why you betrayed
I actually
the
can't hear it.
Federation?
But
No,
No? You sacrificed your own wife in order to save your daughter. Why hesitate now?
You couldn't
Alright, hold
possibly
on.
understand. I had
Actually,
no
Mike.
choice.
That's right.
Yeah, this seems like it's going
Realization about
fine.
Ideals. There is no.
Shit. Shit. Okay, well, never mind. Never mind. That's actually the my disc. That's fucking up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, well. Alright. That's fine. You know why? Cause I have a solution for this. Let's see. So if because thankfully I have two PlayStation 2s just hanging around. So I might be able to just, even while streaming, I might be able to, like, a cleaning solution. No. Yeah, I think I'm gonna switch this to the other PS2 and hopefully that'll work. Thankfully we can skip the cutscenes, so we'll be able to do that anyway, so I'm gonna try to do that real quick. I'll be right back. Well, I don't think this is gonna work while I'm live, so I hate having to do this, but I'm gonna have to like split the stream hoping that this thing will actually work on the other PS2. I did not expect this to happen tonight, but well, sometimes you just. I was talking earlier about how I probably won't get any human interruptions, but here I am getting interruptions of a completely different kind. So yeah, I guess I'll try to get this fixed for you guys, and then if I don't have it ready, if it doesn't work, then I guess that's all we can do for tonight. If we can get it to work, then I'll be back on live in a little bit, but anyways, well, we'll see what happens. Ay, ay, ay.